Ready?
Yep.
This is DJ darryL here. I'm live at Greenbelt now. We're on the road for Rave America, and tonight I am with DJ Guy Cross, one of the DJs that works out and around the UK area. Tell me what you're doing here this weekend.
This weekend we're at the Greenbelt Festival. Obviously, we've got a radio station that broadcasts not only to the festival but the surrounding city. We've got the potential to broadcast around 40 miles, but realistically it's around 10. And I'm personally doing a dance music show 2 till 4 in the morning.
2 to 4 in the morning.
Yes.
Do you get to catch mini acts during the daytime or anything because of that, or are you sleeping most of the day?
I've got plenty of time to see any acts I want. I've got a lovely show crew that wake me up early in the morning.
Well, tell me a little bit about your show. You say you're doing dance music here. What kind of dance music you're playing? And
well, it being late at night, it's a lot of presenter choice. So my personal taste is house music, kind of deep, progressive, funky house, and it's a lot of that. I'm trying to play as much Christian produced music as possible because something God's really laid on my heart to do.
Why don't you expound on that a little bit? I know just through email, you and I talking and all that, I did an print interview with you a while back, and you were playing a lot of clubs and stuff like that, and it seemed like maybe a week or two after that is where God really directed you maybe in a different direction or something.
Yeah, God told me quite clearly. I mean, probably the clearest thing He's ever said to me, to just stop using non-Christian produced music, secular music. So, doing my best to obey God, I did. I literally didn't touch any of my wax again, due to the Christian music industry only really putting out CDs. I sold my decks, got some CD players, and I'm working on building a decent Christian music collection.
Now, where were you playing at before this sort of road to Damascus conversion?
I was doing a lot of small local clubs. Previous to that, I was working for an agency, DJing at most of the sort of reasonably famous clubs around the country. Not as a headline, more as an resident kind of thing, just a no-name film DJ.
Now, how has your switching of music affected those venues?
Well, to be honest, due to going from having thousands of records to having a CD rack with 30 CDs in it, it's kind of put it on hold for a while. But 8 weeks or so should be back in the game, definitely. And a lot of the underground party scene, people don't really know the music you play anymore. They're just there for the vibe, and I really feel you can create that vibe with even better with Christian music.
Has God opened some other doors for you for other venues or other places to play?
Well, yeah, kind of. We're starting a monthly evangelistical gig in a town centre where we run a lot of outreach projects, and that's really exciting. Especially that I get to play music I've produced myself. That's something God has released me into since giving up secular music, and that's coming on really well as well.
Now, I know we've previously done an interview with Secret Archives of the Vatican, and I know that they've shown their remix that Dust CD that they've done. Myself and C3PO are on it, and also Guy Cross here. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the track you redid for them?
Well, yeah, under the moniker of bad house music, 3 o'clock in the morning decision. I remixed a track for Louis and Vince. It's the first thing I actually completed. It's the first thing I could, just hit save and know it was done. Which is really just such an absolute privilege to say the first thing you've done. It's being sold. It's just phenomenal, and it's such a God thing. People try for years to get breaks like that.
Yes.
And I've just fallen into it. I can't put it into words what an awesome privilege it is, and I'm just trying to keep up with God. It's very scary for me, and it's such a good way that.
Yeah, it is a God thing, and it's amazing what He will do to sometimes the least likely person that He anoints to do this stuff. It's repeated many times in my life. We're here at the beautiful site of Greenbelt here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the dance nights that are going on here?
Well, yeah, we've got tonight. The headline dance night. We've got Timmy Magic, who has a show on Radio 1, which is the premier popular music radio station in the UK. And he's headlining at 11 o'clock tonight. He plays UK Garage, two-step. I don't quite know how that's crossed over to the US.
It's just now hitting and becoming very popular.
Yeah, it's kind of taken hold here on some level. It's not quite as big as house yet, but it's definitely there. It's influencing the R&B and hip-hop scene a lot. Timmy's playing tonight, and we're privileged enough to have him to come to the studio and interview him. Also, we've got Your Good Self tomorrow, Battle in Sarna Street, I hear.
Yes. The UK versus the USA.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm feeling a little outnumbered, but we'll get by.
We've got a friend for you. We know someone here from California, so we can introduce you. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Well, I know a lot of the people in America and on this cable show might not really know what garage is compared to, as we would say in America, garage. Improperly, I might add. But how is that? I know it's sort of a subgenre of sort of house music, as this music stuff just keeps growing and evolving with different styles and different names and all that. Could you maybe tell us basic house music, progressive house music, maybe garage?
Well,
explain it to the people.
House obviously came from your good country, from the States, from Chicago, and UK's have taken it on, and I might dare to say made it a bit better. And out of that's come a million different sounds, a million different vibes, from a dark, funky vibe, which is kind of known as progressive house. Which came, I guess the term came from the progressive rock bands of the early 80s, which were very moody kind of bands. Then we've got like the UK hard house sound, which is a very much hands in the air, euphoric thing. Then which sort of led trance, which is more the same hands in the air, euphoric emotion, but more of a hypnotic, dreamy thing which you can turn down quietly and go to sleep to, or turn up loud and dance to. And then from that we had a different branch of vocal house, which is more the American side, which kind of fused with R&B. So you've got a house music thing with a groove, and two-step garage, which is what's breaking over here, and as you're saying, breaking the States, uses a very unique groove. And I don't know that much about the actual structure of it, but it's the amount of the bar structure that defines it as two-step garage, and we're just looking at three-step.
Really?
Really, I read an article about, I can't really comprehend it. It's controversially using 3 beats in a bar, but it still works in a 4-beat structure.
It'll be interesting to hear.
I don't get it myself.
I imagine it'll probably hit the United States in about a year. That's about how long it seems to float across the pond.
Very interesting. It's the fusion of transatlantic stuff, because a lot of the UK garage stuff is just a lot of Latin American beats, but then fused with some sort of dirty drum and bass groove slowed down. So it's just taking a few ideas and mixing them up and making something new, really.
That's probably one of the better explanations I've heard of all of that in quite a while. I appreciate that. Why don't you just take a few seconds and say whatever you want to the American audience here on cable, and we'll wrap it up. And the people here, remember the name Guy Cross. You might be hearing it on vinyl pretty soon. You might be hearing it on some remixes and stuff like that. So, whatever you want to say.
Well, firstly, you've got an amazing guy here in darryL. I've just been privileged enough to listen to his new CD. you may, and I seriously doubt hear my name, but this guy is just going to blow up big. He's awesome, and look after him, keep watching the show.
Again, this is Rave America. This is DJ darryL on the road in the UK. Thank you very much.